Welcome to this third part in the program of preparation for First Holy Communion. In this particular part, we'll be looking at the whole concept of choices and reconciliation, forgiveness, in preparation for receiving the sacrament of reconciliation. When buying something like marmalade or coffee, I much prefer to go to a supermarket like Lidl or Aldi rather than one of the bigger ones like Asda, Morrison's, and so on. It's not so much to do with the prices, but it has to do with that as well. But it's more to do with the problem I have about making choices. The more choices that are put in front of me, the more I dither and dither about trying to make the right one. Give me a choice between thick cut and thin cut marmalade, and that's it. Or a choice between 4 different brands of coffee rather than 44, and life becomes so much easier for me. Somehow, the idea of freedom has come to be associated with the number and scope of choices we have. The fact that we have so many different things, different varieties, filling the supermarket shelves. We are so much more free, apparently, than those places that have empty shelves or very bare shelves anyway. So the more choices we have, the more freedom we have? Yeah? Well, perhaps not. Freedom of choice is a very limited understanding of what freedom is really about. True freedom is freedom from all those distractions, temptations, restrictions that lead me to make poor choices in life. Take, for example, someone who has an addiction, let's say to alcohol or to gambling. They are far from free. But when they're free from that addiction, then they are free, able to make good choices in life. They're free from slavery to their addiction, free to make good choices that are impossible when they're compelled to act in a particular way. Freedom to make good choices in life is one of the core aims of all good religion, and it's certainly at the heart of our Catholic Christian faith. God wants us to make good choices in life and helps us to do so in many different ways. Unfortunately, for all our good intentions, we often act selfishly, thinking only of ourselves and my immediate needs. We fall short of being the best person I can be in relation to the needs of both myself and of others. Another word for this is sin. In this unit of preparation for First Holy Communion, you are invited to reflect on sin, choice, and how making poor choices can be forgiven in the sacrament of reconciliation. At times, the Bible talks about how we are slaves to sin, caught up in a way of living in which we're trapped, not free, even though we might think otherwise. God wants us to be free to be the best person each of us can become for the benefit of myself and for everyone else around me. So, please enjoy this time of reflecting together about the different ways in which we can become free.